Okay, this video is going to be about coin rolling. A friend of mine asked me if I could show a demonstration video of how I roll coins on my knuckles, and I thought I would make it into sort of a tutorial video. First of all, coin rolling is something that magicians do where they take a coin and they'll roll it on the backs of their knuckles, and it's done to just show that they have some talent for manipulating coins, and it looks really cool, but it's more closely related to juggling than it is to magic. So to get started on actually how to do it, you want to choose a coin to do it with. When I first learned how to do this about 25 years ago, I used a quarter because that's what I had available, and most people are going to have quarters available, and that's a good size coin to start with unless you've got really small or really large hands. Over the years I've done it with different size coins. I can successfully do coin rolling and have it look relatively decent with anything from a dime all the way up to a silver dollar. The thing I'm going to use here is going to be a $50. So first you want to pick up the coin and you want to set it between your thumb and your index, right between the two first major knuckles on the finger, and then you're just going to push it gently so that it balances on the back of your knuckle, and at the same time you're going to lift the next finger so that there's room for the coin to slip against the skin of that finger, and then you're going to pinch the two fingers together and do the same gentle pushing action so that it balances and the other finger comes up and grabs, and again it pushes and balances and the other finger comes up and grabs. And if you can do it that way, you can then go back the other way just by reversing the action, and you're back to the beginning. And if you can do that and get all the way down to the end, then once you're at the end, you can tip your hand slightly so that the coin is balanced on the bent pinky, and move that pinky just by bending it into the way a pinky is held when you're making a fist, and then reach your thumb down to the pinky and pick up the coin and balance the coin on your thumb. But you cover that action with your hand, and then you just move the thumb back out to the beginning position. The reason you cover it with your hand is so that it looks more magical than just balancing the coin on your thumb. When you first start doing this, you are definitely going to be dropping the coin. I equate it to riding a bike. It takes a lot of effort to learn how to do it. You're going to fall down a few times, but once you learn it, it's like riding a bike. You're never going to forget it. If you want to learn how to do coin rolling on both hands, I recommend that you start by learning with your non-dominant hand. It'll take you a little bit longer to learn how to do it with your non-dominant hand, just because it's your non-dominant hand. But your brain has a way of mirroring more easily something that you learn on your non-dominant hand over to your dominant hand. When I was in high school and I learned how to do this, I learned how to do it on my dominant hand, and then I had to put a great deal of effort into learning how to do it on my non-dominant hand. So I recommend you get the effort out of the way at the beginning and learn how to do it on your non-dominant hand so that you can then do it on both. Now, other small objects can be manipulated the same way. You can do the same sort of manipulation with a pen. You can twist it around the fingers, rolling it across. You'll notice that I'm holding it a little further out than the first set of knuckles. That just makes it easier to move my fingers around the pen since it's pretty long. A ball can be manipulated in the same way. And again, depending on the size of your hands, the size of the ball will be determined so that you can manipulate that ball and have some confidence that you're not going to slip and drop it. This is a technique that magicians will often use, this particular one with a ball, when they're working with balls for like billiard ball magic, where they make balls multiply or appear and disappear. And it's again just something to fill the time with something that looks magical but not something that is going to take a lot of effort for them to remember how to do or practice, practice, practice once they've learned how to do it. Most magic that magicians do needs to be practiced often so that they can stay in their repertoire. So again, if you're wanting to learn how to do this, just pick up a coin, a quarter, or something else that you've got in your pocket. Try to gently and slowly roll it across the backs of your knuckles. Do it slowly at first. One recommendation I can give you that might actually help you get it down more quickly than I did is, instead of watching the coin on your hand, sort of separate yourself from your hand by practicing in front of a mirror and watching what you do in the mirror. That can help a little bit, because if you're thinking too much about what your hand needs to do, especially once you have the actual mechanics and you're just working on the details, then that's going to mess you up. Looking at your hand in the mirror while you practice will help you focus more on just making it run smooth and not really worrying too much about where your hand is at any given moment. So that's the end of my tutorial.